What's up everybody? So in today's video I want to do some sort of 1 year update owning the Yamaha R6. So this is my 2007 Yamaha R6. I bought it in March of 2017. I grew up riding dirt bikes my entire life, so a motorcycle was always in my future. The R6, I was always a Yamaha fan, so the R6 was always the bike I wanted to buy. So here is the bike real quick. We're gonna go over all the costs associated with the bike and everything like that, and then get it out on the road, because like you saw in the title, this is basically a budget supercar. So I daily drive the Nissan GTR. It is an absolute blast to own and to drive it on a daily basis. But quite honestly, even though the car costs almost 12 times the amount of money that I spent on the bike and all my gear, if it is a nice day out and you toss me the keys to each vehicle, it will be a 50-50 decision whether I want to take the car or take the bike. So really, if you are looking for a crazy expensive sports car or supercar or some type of thrilling car, look at a sport bike, because for $6,000 bike and gear, you are getting so much thrill. So to start off with the pricing, let's go over all the equipment. Of course, there is a much higher risk of injury and or death riding a motorcycle versus a car, so you need some proper equipment just to keep yourself just that much safer. All in all, I spent just about $1,000 on all of the equipment, and all of my gear is targeted towards the summer riding. It has perforated leather, mesh, more perforated leather. Everything is very breathable, so when it's really hot out, I don't feel super hot. So these are the pants. I think they were like $250. Leather pants, perforated leather. They have the sliders on your knees for more track use and stuff like that. We got the Alpenstar boots. These are the perforated ones. Then my mesh jacket with some padding in the shoulders and elbows and back. Really nice equipment, everything I bought on either RevZilla.com or Rocky Mount ATV. And then these are these Sedici gloves. These are from Cycle Gear, and these actually have a lifetime warranty. So in a year or so, if they end up wearing out, go back and get another pair for free. My brother has the same gear as me pretty much, and he has another year of riding compared to me, and all of his stuff is doing very well, and he has actually got another pair of gloves for free. Then I got the HJC helmet that does have the internal sun visor on it, which is super nice on some sunny days. So already budget $1,000 for safe gear. So next on the list is the actual bike itself. This is an 07. I bought it with 12,000 miles and I paid $4,600. If you're looking at any nice 600cc sport bike, I got the R6, my brother's got the CBR 600. He paid $4,700 bucks. So budget $4,000 to $5,000 for a well-maintained, roughly 10,000 mile 600cc sport bike. And if you do find one for sale that is like $2 or $3 grand, there's probably something wrong with it. So of course you want to make sure you're getting a very nice bike. Now factoring in my sale price of this bike, when I bought it, it did have bald tires. So day one, I spent about $350 on brand new tires. I went with Michelin tires all around, the Pilot Power 3s. The insurance for 1 whole year on this thing is only 150 bucks, so super cheap to maintain. And given that it's just now 1 year of owning it, I just did my 1 year tune-up, getting the bike ready for the new season now that winter is finally over. So renewing my insurance was 150 bucks, the state inspection was $13, registration was 30 bucks, and property taxes was about $25. And then doing another oil change, you're looking at 40 bucks. I think it was 3 or 4 quarts of oil and then an oil filter. I do have a video linked in the description below of the actual oil change on the bike. But all in all, for 1 year of owning the bike, it's very cheap to maintain, and running the bike doesn't really cost that much. I get about 40 miles per gallon. It costs less than 10 bucks every time I fill it up. Now, so far, the only surprise that I've had with the bike, a few months ago, the front fork started to leak pretty bad, so that was a $400 bill, getting them completely rebuilt and resealed. Obviously, no oil now, and actually, if we look in the garage, all these black dots right here, and then back here is where I had the bike parked a lot. That's all actually leaking oil from the front forks. So it was obviously getting a little bit bad. But once I had them redone, the whole steering of the bike felt so much tighter than it was. So I had to do it, and I'm glad I did. And then once you get to about 20 to 25,000 miles, that's when the valves might need changing and adjusting. So that's gonna be another $400 to $500 job. But overall, that's the pricing of the bike, maintenance, everything like that. It really doesn't cost much. I spent about $6,000 day one, the bike, the tires, and all my gear. And then I've only spent about $800 in the last year of owning it. And of course, when you compare this pricing to a GTR or any other kind of crazy car, obviously the bike is so much cheaper. So anyways, that's enough talking about numbers. Let's get on the bike and talk about why this is an amazing alternative to any type of sports car or supercar, because quite honestly, I cannot get enough riding on the bike. I absolutely love it. So all geared up, R6 is ready to go. Let's go for a spin, talk a little bit about what it's like actually riding the bike and all the fun that you can have with these 600cc's. But now looks like we got the coolant temperature up to about 163. That's your normal operating. It'll get to about 200 if it's really hot out, but it does a pretty good job staying in check. So the overall comfort of the bike I like a lot. I find it very comfortable. It's a little bit more upright than the CBR 600. It's more of an aggressive race style bike, but I definitely have grown to like it over the last 3,500 miles. So as we get onto some highway, can't floor it too much right now. So I have an M4 mid-pipe and then the GYTR slip-on. Sounds really, really good. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise or anything right now, but the bike definitely gets up and goes and sounds like a complete F1 car. I love it. So when you are cruising on the highway, I'm going about 71 right now, you can definitely feel the wind. It kind of makes your head bobble a little bit, but it's not too bad on the highway. Pretty comfortable, and if you tuck down a little bit like this, the wind kind of dies down with the windshield. Now I know it's not a 1000cc, but even as a 600, I think this thing has a lot of power. Just downshift into 4th gear. I mean, the bike takes off, and the brakes seem to do a pretty good job as well. So it looks like the gas gauge has just come on. One thing I do like, it comes up with a new trip odometer telling you how many miles you've gone with basically a low tank of gas. So I can go about like 5 to 10 miles, I think, on the gas light like that. Well, I guess one drawback with the bike, I think that light has just done a full cycle without it realizing that I'm actually here. Okay, good. We got a car now. Hopefully that'll trip the sensor, but I guess that's one drawback. All right, let's get up and go for a little bit. About time to put some gas in it. One thing that does not get old is how quick these things are. It's not the fastest bike out there, but quite honestly, not even a pro MotoGP rider can max out like a 600. It's pretty quick, and it gets up to about 60 without even thinking, so it's not like you can't speed and hit 100 if you want to. It's a really, really quick bike. All right, so let's get on the highway now with no traffic. Yeah, needless to say, it gets up to speed pretty quickly. It sounds really, really good. Yeah, R6, and even in 6th gear, so going 70 miles an hour in 6th gear, and easily get right up to 80 like that. So, cannot see this thing needing more power. It would be so much fun to check out an R1, but honestly, this thing moves. So we'll go to 5th gear, 4th gear. Yeah, this thing screams on the highway cruising. So far I've taken on the back roads and quite a few mountain trips, and honestly it's just so much fun the way it handles and everything. Haven't done that with the GTR yet, but man, oh man, this thing is a complete blast whenever you're riding it. Alright, so let's fill up the R6 real quick. Car wash today? I don't think so. Then of course we're at 93 octane for this. So far I've only filled up over 10 bucks one time, so we'll see how much this one comes to be. Oh wow, $11.57. That was the most expensive fill up ever. Alright, so now with a full tank, so let's see, we went 137 miles on that tank, and I almost have 15,000 miles on the bike now. So after the fill up, real quick, with all this gear, it's so nice how everything feels. It really doesn't like constrict your body movement at all. You got a lot of spots in the leather and stuff that flex a little bit, so it's actually pretty comfortable riding this gear. Every now and then I will wear jeans if I'm just going like to work and back or something really close, but honestly I think the riding gear is the most comfortable way to go. Yeah, definitely love the sound this thing makes. So as far as power goes on these, I think the 0 to 60 is like 5 seconds or something like that. So 2nd gear, we'll get around this turn real quick, and 2nd gear we'll do 6,000 RPM. Honestly, I rarely even go above 10,000. These things just take off. Yeah, needless to say,
it gets up pretty quickly. So for the overall thrill of the bike, that's kind of the title of the video. I'm obviously not on any back roads right now, I just don't have the time for it today. But when you are on the back roads, it's so fun to just lean the bike, just the nimble handling of it. It's just so much fun. The downshifting, the rev matching, it's like you're in a sports car. Being on the bike, honestly, is an experience that does not get old. It's like peaceful almost. You can just go out, clear your head, just go for a cruise. And with nice weather like today, just the air flowing through you, it just feels so nice being out here cruising. So as far as when you're owning the bike, like I said earlier, the forks is the only hiccup that's come up, having to spend 400 bucks getting that fixed. But nothing on the bike has had any type of issue. Everything has run very well on it. And I would say if you're looking for any type of used street bike, you know, set your target price on the bike to be $4 to $5 grand, around 10,000 miles, and you should be able to get yourself something very nice that's in really good shape. But I am very happy with the R6 and everything it has to offer. The way it handles, the way it rides, the thrill you get when you're on a sport bike like this is just something you can't get. And for about 6,500 bucks I've now spent owning this thing, I can't really complain. It's a heck of a lot cheaper than any sports car, and I don't think a $6,500 car could even come close to this if I find this just as fun as the GTR. So having a street bike, I think you should definitely take a look at one if you're in the market for any type of fun vehicle. It's just something that only a bike can offer. Such an absolute blast. So I think that about sums up the video. Kind of a quick one, just going over the pricing and the cost to own a sport bike like this, and then taking on just a quick ride up and down the highway and on a quick road real quick, just to get a little bit of the feel of riding the bike. I can't complain about it, I love it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a huge thumbs up, smash the subscribe button. We'll see you guys next video.